My name's Dawn, and this is John, as you heard. And we are here representing two organizations that are fighting against gerrymandering and corruption. And they're called Wolf PAC and March on Harrisburg. But first I want to talk about how I got into this, just so you kind of get a briefer. About 3 years ago, I did join Wolf PAC because I saw corruption and special interest influence of money being a huge factor as to why we can't get issues that we care about so deeply passed, especially at the federal level, but also in Harrisburg, as we've seen. But so I joined it, and so I found that, okay, I joined, I'll start working on this. But after the election, I attended Senator Leach's resistance forum. And I have a quote here that I'd like to share with you all because it really fueled my interest in focusing more attention on this. So someone made the suggestion and said, find your lane and then run like hell. And I already knew my lane. My lane is fighting against corruption because I feel very strongly. So I was hoping to figure out how to run like hell. And that's what I'm doing right now. As someone that was terrified of public speaking, I'm here talking to all of you about this very important issue. So I found my lane. I'm running like hell, and I'm hoping to convince you guys to find your lane. It doesn't have to be with us. All these great tables around here. We have the environment, we have education. If you care about gun control, all of these issues are blocked by big money. If you want to fight against climate change, big oil blocks your path. It slows down your lane. So, and I wanted to give you one study that was done by Princeton University a couple years ago. They were studying whether or not the American people, their interest causes any what their interest is in government actually goes through. If the government listens to us, if they care about what we care about. So this study found that no matter the popularity or unpopularity of a bill, it has a 30% chance of passing. That's it, 30% chance. But there's a catch. And the catch is that that's just for the 90% of the lower part of income. If you're at the top of the 10%, you have a 60% chance of your bill being passed, and if you don't like that bill, you can nix it entirely. So if you've ever felt like the government doesn't care about what you think, and nothing ever gets done that you really care about, you're right. You're very right. So to get back to the running in your lane metaphor, I want to help speed up all of your lanes, whether you're fighting against climate change, whether you want gun control, whether you want better education. There's money blocking that, and so that's why I'm a member of Wolf PAC, that's why I'm a member of March on Harrisburg, and I'm going to pass this off to John so he can talk a little bit about those bills and so you understand how these organizations work.
Thank you, Dawn. Does anyone really care about corruption here? Raise your hand. Anyone care about the influence of money over our politicians? Because we can see it everywhere. If there's any issue that you care about, there's a lobbyist flooding our politicians with money to drown out your voices. And we need to do something about it. And that's what Wolf PAC is about. Wolf-PAC.com is a call for an Article 5 Amendment Convention to amend the Constitution to get money out of politics. And we have 5 states signed on to this resolution, and we want to make Pennsylvania the 6th state. And we're close. We're introduced in the House. We have 54 co-sponsors right now, and it's Republican introduced. We have bipartisan support. We're a bipartisan group, statewide, and we lobby our legislators in Harrisburg to support this issue. In the Senate, Senator Leach is a co-introducer, and we now have a Republican introducing in the Senate with us. So we have bipartisan co-introduction, and we can really do this, but it's not going to happen without you. Politicians are followers. You're the leaders. And you've seen that happen in the last 5 months. They were not, you saved Obamacare. It was not them. You got out there and you made the calls. You stood out in front of Meehan's office and you changed that. And now you are saying it's not enough. You're calling for single payer and they're all on board. And it's because of what you're doing. So don't stop. So help us lobby in the Capitol. March on Harrisburg is also a statewide, volunteer-driven, nonpartisan group. We support 2 bills in the House, which one is the gerrymandering bill. Does anybody here care about gerrymandering?
Yeah.
Well, gerrymandering is corruption. Our politicians choose our voters, and it's not supposed to be that way. Our voters are supposed to choose the politicians. I saw someone here with a Bear Districts t-shirt. You know they're doing a great job. Many of you have heard their speeches and their educational forums. Well, we work in concert with Bear Districts. We support the Independent Citizens Commission for Redistricting bill. In the House, that's HB 722 with 96 co-sponsors. 102 would be a majority of the House. And in the Senate, SB 22, which Leach is a supporter. We need your help. Marchonharrisburg.org. We're marching in November. We've marched from Philadelphia to Harrisburg. We lobby in the Capitol, we march, and we perform nonviolent civil disobedience. And we need your support to change gerrymandering. And we also support a gift ban because Pennsylvania is one of 10 states where our legislators can accept money, cars, houses, and they often do. And the only way we're going to change that is by your support. So go to marchonharrisburg.org and please learn more about this issue. Thank you.